Hi everyone, I'm Lauren and I'm at it again with the Disney watching project thing. I'll try and put a link to the introductory video somewhere in the description hopefully, or up there. One of the ones that I recently watched for that project is the Three Caballeros, which was released in 1944. So this was a very early animated feature-length film, I guess you'd call it, for Disney. It's one that I've watched before, but I haven't watched since I watched it on VHS, whenever that was. The 90s, the early 2000s, I don't know. But that's when I watched it earlier. I do remember really liking it as a kid, so I was curious to see how I would feel about it now. So the Three Caballeros is a mix of animation and live action footage, and it's just a bunch of skits and shorts and songs. This one is mostly centered around Brazil and Mexico and the various cultures and stories from there and dances and that kind of thing. It stars Donald Duck, this parrot named Jose. I don't know much about Spanish, so I don't know how to pronounce that kind of thing. And then a rooster guy who I forgot the name of. Both Jose and the rooster do the leading on their cultures, because it sounds like Jose is supposed to be from Brazil and rooster is supposed to be from Mexico, but I don't know. The variety was really nice of the shorts and songs. A lot of the songs were really catchy. There were some parts where I would debate to call them animated. They're more like slideshows. It's fine. 1944 is during World War II, so I think this is one of the cases where they were struggling a little bit to put something together. But I wasn't particularly impressed animation-wise or that kind of thing. There were a few backgrounds that were painted nicely, but animation-wise, not too bad. It was fine. And you can really tell this is an early attempt at mixing live action and animated stuff because they do a really sneaky job on making sure if the animation part's on top, that the live action stuff doesn't overlap with the animation. So they always make sure to have space in front of a group of people so that there's no danger of it looking weird, as live action would supposed to go over animation, and it's like, oh no, we forgot about that and need to work around that. That's difficult. There's a few parts where they do maybe overlap a little bit, but they avoid it as much as possible, and it's obvious to me. It might not be obvious to other people. It definitely wouldn't be noticeable to a kid, I think. Then there's also a few points where the live action people were in front of the animation, and for some reason the animation there was like really poor quality. Not like drawn wise, but like really grainy and dark. I don't know why. But I don't know the process behind animation and stuff, so or mixing the two, animation and live action, so I don't really know what that was about. But it was fine. Songs were a lot better than the animation. I thought they were catchy and there's some good dances and stuff. The one thing that little bit irksome for me, and it might not bother a lot of people, maybe it will, I don't know. But it's one of those things, it's like old films. Yippee. Is that for some reason there's a lot of emphasis, mostly from the midway to the end point, of like ogling women. I don't know why. At the beginning it's like stories from Brazil and Mexico and look at these dances and stuff like that mostly. It's really throughout the whole thing, but it's just more so middle to the end. For some reason, Donald, mostly Donald, the other characters do as well, but mostly Donald is just always after the women, like the live action women. he's chasing after them or like ogling them and wants to like kiss them, and it's like, hey, that's like, come on, why does he call them toots? I don't know. There's this whole scene where he's chasing women at a beach and like, let me at you and stuff like that. And I don't know what he's planning on doing, but it feels really strange. Him chasing after all of these women. And at that point, it just stops being, let's learn about Mexico and Brazil, and more like, we happen to be taking place on a Mexican beach, and there's cactuses in this one part, so it's kind of Mexican, and they're wearing Mexican-y clothing, I assume, but it's centered around the haha is, man, Donald can never get the women. Yeah, it was a little bit like, oh no. Old movies. Yay. So that was a little bit off-putting. I still mostly enjoyed a lot of parts, but that was a little bit, that put me off a little bit. If it was just a few scenes here and there, it probably wouldn't bother me, but it was a lot of the film. I was just really surprised about that. So it didn't hold up for me, unfortunately, but that's how it goes. Not everything is going to hold up for you. And if it does hold up for you, then it's great. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say about it. Let me know in the comments below if you've watched it and your thoughts on that, or if you are thinking of watching it. Let me know. Anyway, that's all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in another video. Bye!